Welcome to Same Past Different Day podcast. I, Martel Roland.
And I'm Tina Marie.
And before we get things started, make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button for us on the. Make sure y'all, make sure you get the notification every time we go live or when a new episode of the podcast come out and become available. Tina, your brain not working.
What you mean?
I want you to know how I feel when you do it to me. I wanted you to know how I feel. Oh,
I'm not even doing nothing. I wasn't even doing anything. I was just looking down.
That's what you be telling me, acting like my
Your brain don't be working. It don't.
It do.
No.
It don't be all over all the time.
It does.
So, welcome to the show. But before we get into the good stuff, we got a few bereavements we gotta go through. So the first one is Malcolm Jamal Warner, who passed away on July 20th. I believe he was 54 years old at the time. Oh, when he passed away, I believe he was 54 years old. This is him right here. Mm, 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 mm. Whew. Okay. And I have a video clip that I want to play with y'all to kind of lighten up the mood a little. I mean, can we discard this lighten up the mood? I don't know. Let's see. Here we go.
We bereaved.
Now who gone?
Malcolm Jamal Warner.
No, he ain't gone.
Gone.
No. Ow! Not Theo.
Theo.
What happened to him? Oh no. But he ain't gone. That's a joke.
No, he gone.
What happened to Theo?
Accidental drowning.
Accidental drowned.
Mm-hmm.
Where was he at?
Mommy, I was not there. I don't know.
I'm suspicious of this whole story.
All the
Theo is not gone.
Ma.
Theo is not gone.
Ma.
No, Theo is not gone. He's young.
54.
He that old? Call 911.
Ma, what 911 gonna do? Who for you? For who?
For me.
Ma.
Where was he
Obviously in the pool if he drowned.
at? A pool and he drowned?
I think a pool.
He couldn't have been in a pool. He had to be in the ocean water. A pool, he could just stand up. Well, float up. Because he used to go out with what you call him.
Who?
Back in the day.
Who he used to go out with?
Regina King.
Oh, Regina. How you know?
I keeps up with him.
Dang.
First Cosby kids to go.
Wait.
Bill's still here. See? So you just think it.
Why she got her mama acting a fool like that on TikTok?
There's more.
More.
There's more. By the way, he died in Costa Rica in a drowning in the ocean. By the way, he's well known from the Cosby Show. For those of you who don't know. And then on Tuesday, July 22nd, rock icon Ozzy Osbourne had passed away. I forgot what he was. The Parkinson's disease he had.
Yes.
He had passed away a week or two after his final performance. And then for you youngins who don't know what Ozzy Osbourne looked like, so I'm pretty sure some of y'all don't know what he looks like. That's him. At his concert, actually, he was performing for the very last time 2 weeks ago. And we got another video.
Ain't nobody died today.
Yes, they did. We bereaved.
Who?
Ozzy Osbourne.
Ozzy Osbourne.
Yes.
Who that?
Oh, Lord.
He went to the upper room.
No, I don't know what room he went to. I don't know.
He was looking off the last picture I saw of him, looking right crazy. His death don't affect me the same way as Theo. I'm so upset over Theo.
I know, for real.
For real, I'm upset over Theo.
You gonna sing at Ozzy funeral?
Who?
Ozzy.
I ain't even going.
You ain't.
His family gonna miss him.
Yeah.
He had Parkinson's. I was wondering why he looked. Yeah, they showed him.
Ma, how did you know this
Because
stuff?
I look at TV.
He had Parkinson's.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel bad for that. That's what took him out. What you call is still here though.
Who?
The other one with the Parkinson's, the actor. Name.
Michael J. Fox?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we like him.
Now see, difference is that if Michael.
How would you be if it was Michael J.
Oh,
Fox?
Get all of it. It's all of it.
And then on Thursday, July 24th, WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan passed away. Tina told me I shouldn't say this, but it was 10 years to the day after he made that racist ass comment about black people on TV. I mean, whatever podcast interview, wherever the hell he was doing, it was 10 years to the day when he was talking about niggers and he was mad because his daughter was dating a black man. And then
Come on.
she should date a black man. She needs to date a nigger with money like an NBA player and all this other kind of shit. So we ain't letting it go. We ain't letting it go. And we got another video.
First of all, turn that phone down.
Don't come in here giving orders on my phone. I'm in here minding my own business.
While we bereave.
Who gone now? Ain't nobody else gone. You lying.
You ain't even let me get it out.
Who gone?
Hulk Hogan.
No, you Hulk Hogan.
Yes. The Hulk is out of here.
That's because he traded. Went over to the dark side.
Ma, don't say that.
Hulk Hogan on for real?
Yeah.
Brother.
Yes, he is gone. He is out. He done brothered himself right on up out of here. He gone.
Now he gone.
He gone.
The Hulkster.
I think
What happened to the Hulkster? He had a heart attack?
Ooh, Ma, how you know?
Because what else could he have for the heart attack?
Cardiac arrest is what I read. Ma, are you the bereavement whisperer?
I'm a prophet.
Ooh. What's his real name? Terry. Isn't he Terry?
If he was in my DMs, I would know.
Ma, first of all, do you know what a DM is?
No, I don't.
Ma, you going to Hulk's funeral?
No, I ain't going nowhere near it.
Why?
I told you, Trader Horn.
Oh. He was a traitor. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. For the orange man.
Oh, okay. Well.
He blew my attendance.
Oh.
They wasn't bereaved for that one.
It wasn't. I feel like that light at the move. Like, oh damn, it's still one more. Then also on July 22nd, I actually skipped over this one. On July 22nd, Chuck Mangione passed away. He was a famous jazz musician. He had passed away. She didn't do a video for him for bereavement, but this is Chuck right here. In his younger day, he was fine. He was in his 80s when he passed away.
He looks like one of the psychiatrists that I work with. Put him up there again, right quick. Yeah.
Tell that psychiatrist to call me. Okay, so I have forgot to upload the picture for this one, but so here we go. MLK files released. Thousands of files were released related to the Martin Luther King assassination. His daughter posted a picture of Martin Luther King, doing a really how we do like black people, saying now release the Epstein files. I don't know, and I don't remember anybody asking for the assassination files for Dr. King to be released about his assassination. I don't know why they thought we wanted this in the first place. And then I was saying that they only released these files to get people to stop talking about the Epstein files. It's the only reason why these files were coming out. I didn't even bother to go try to look these files up. I didn't even bother to try to even go read the files. I didn't
either. I didn't read the files or nothing because it's like that ain't what we was asking for.
Exactly.
So yeah, I feel like they were trying to deflect.
Right.
Another.
Exactly. Let's talk about these white-only towns. So I feel like this is only happening across southern states where these things are popping up. So there are these towns that's like Missouri and Arkansas, where they create these white only towns and communities and stuff like that. There was this one man, he filmed this stuff at a gas station, and there was a laminated sign on the gas pump that said whites only at the gas station. Um, and it's crazy because like now we got nowadays in modern times we got them building these white towns and these white cities and these little white communities. But then back in the day after slavery, when blacks were trying to build these same things, but at least but still was inclusive to me to other racial groups, they went in and destroyed them. Just like what is it? When they was building the highway system, they decided to bulldoze the whole black community in Detroit to build the highway system. But like I said, it's okay for black communities and in these towns that's mostly black people. But at the same time, it's like no, but it's okay to destroy. But we're not going to touch these white communities. We're not going to touch these white only communities. And then on top of that, the gays are not allowed either. So no matter what color you is, you can't be gay and live in a white community. Also, in white cities and towns. That's what I said. I said I can't wait. I said we should go and fuck up every last white city town they trying to have. Just go fuck it up.
What's up with all this violence? What is happening today? You need a nap, buddy?
You said what?
You need a nap?
I do.
Okay.
Nap.
Okay. It's okay.
I've been cranking since I left Purgatory. Aviator Sam, how are you doing? Yes, I've been cranky ever since I left. So we have these troopers. I don't know what we call them, but they told a man that he had no rights. So, an 18-year-old teenager, Kenny Lopez, and Brogy, I don't know how you pronounce that name, was
Brogio?
Brogio. That's what we don't. I mean, I didn't see the Geo part, Brogio. Oh God, whatever. Was driving to a landscaping job in North Palm Beach with his mother and two male friends. They was pulled over by Florida Highway Patrol and arrested. Arrest had happened when the officers told him, and I quote, "You have no right," quote, that this was all caught on camera. Two of the men were undocumented, and one of them was one of them was that they told the 18-year-old, well, like the troopers, whoever that did the arrest, told the 18-year-old, "You have no right here. You're a oh my God, I feel like I got something in my throat. You're an amigo, brother." End quote. Then oh God.
Are you dying?
I feel like I got something in my throat. They then can be heard bragging and making light of the arrest, calling the stun gun quote funny.
Sorry, folks. This is like intermission. We appreciate your patience.
I don't even know where's that. Oh, but they was saying that they could smell the $30,000 bonus. The footage was captured secretly and it was deleted later. End quote. Wait, no, that was in the cold part. God damn it! I was doing so good. I swear to God, y'all, I was doing so good. I was doing so good, and then now my throat just like decided like, oh, we're gonna make you have to cough a lot. We're trying to clear it. I don't know. It was
that is what the mute button is for.
It was being me. It was my throat was being mean. I can't help it. Now she drinking a ginger ale, y'all. I'm just saying,
Speaking to my ancestors over here.
Some of this heifer decided she want to go this whole no drinking thing and stuff. Then we try to force me, then I had to drink with her. Even though I ain't had no drink now in about almost 2 weeks myself now. So
so you fibbing? You been fibbing?
What? No, this was the last time I had a drink when I was on the boat.
And then today, what did you say?
I
You
said
said
it some.
one day. Woohoo.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah. I was messing around. That's high. Yeah. Oh, this is a nice Trump administration. So the Trump administration and the Catholic Church is fighting a law that requires clergies to disclose child abuse. I thought this administration was about protecting kids and keeping them safe, and now a kid can go to church and go to do the thing they confess. What they call that thing? The confessor.
Confessionals.
Yeah, that thing. They can go there and confess to being abused and stuff, and then they trying to sit then the clergy or the priest, whoever they talk to, they don't want to have to go report it to child services. I'm like, will you want to report a child being abused or sexually
So
abused?
they're, so they're not going to be mandated reporters anymore. Is what they're saying.
Yeah, basically.
No, I think they should be mandated.
Right.
reporters.
I said, hell, I don't even got I ain't got no license. Well, I got a driver's license. I ain't got no medical license. I ain't got no other kind of license that I know of. And even by me working in a certain purgatory, I'm still required by law. If I know something is going on, I have to report
No. Oh no.
What?
Carry on.
Triple
listening.
homicide? Okay. Triple
What
murder.
is wrong with you?
I don't know. I'm trying to pull it together. I can tell you I need to do that. I'm trying to pull it together for the show. And it's the only way I know how to pull myself together at the moment because I'm fighting with myself right now.
Yeah, I see.
So the Trump administration has confirmed that they have freed a triple murderer from Venezuela. As part of a prison deal, they didn't say what the prison swap was. As part of the prison deal, the man was convicted of murder in Venezuela for plunging a woman to death. Trying to figure out what that is. Like, did he stab her to death? Is that what it means?
I have no idea.
I'm gonna have to look that up. This happened back in Spain in 2016. Then he set a fire to cover up his tracks, and now he's back in the United States. But the man was a Venezuelan American who was tried in Venezuela because of a weird extradition rules that prevented him from being extradited to Spain to face trial. Spain wanted to extradite him from Venezuela. It didn't work because Venezuela does not extradite to own citizens. He was later free. Oh God, I messed up. I don't know why that says cow right there. He was later free. We have confirmation of this prison swap in Venezuela. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know what I was doing. Trump said that he was sending out the worst of the worst, but allows a triple murderer back into the United States. Tina, did you read my notes? And why didn't you catch that and tell me?
They just trying to
Are you?
delete my stuff. You should have been proofreading your own stuff. Why are you talking? But you was trying to delete my stuff. Yeah.
I don't talk about something that was old. We already did.
You should have read your stuff. Okay. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
But like you said, he's missing up the worst of the worst, but yet we're allowing somebody who's murdered 3 people back into the United States. And then the crazy part is he didn't even like Venezuelans because there was like this little league team that was from Venezuela, and they were supposed to be coming to America to play for the world championship or whatever. And our government denied them visas because Trump don't like Venezuelans or Venezuelan country. So now they can't come here and play for the world championship now.
That's sad.
And like them little boys like work so hard for money for this trip, all kind of stuff. And then this is what our government does.
Abuse power.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is this still me? It is. Okay.
What?
Texas Democrats. A Texas Democrat was arrested Texas Democrat Isaiah Martin was arrested at a hearing related to redistricting. Redistricting generally means they are engaging in the process of redrawing the boundaries of electoral districts for the purpose of influencing election outcomes. This practice, especially when done to favor a specific party, is commonly referred to as a gerrymander. They moved him from the room and arrested him. He was thrown on the floor. He was thrown to the ground twice. That was seen by 2 different videos that was posted online. He was just protesting and speaking out about what these things they were doing, what they were doing wrong. And I believe I do have a clip from when he got out of jail, when he spoke to the media, that I'm going to play for you all. Yes, I do. So I'm going to play that clip for you right now.
All right, I just got out of jail, and I can't thank you guys enough for all of the support you guys have given me. It seriously means a lot. It was an interesting experience, to say the least, but here's what I will say. The Republican Party threw me in jail because I refused to sit idly by as they seek to redistrict our state and try to destroy our economy, and they think that we're not going to say anything about it. They did this because I had the audacity to speak up. And you know what? I'm going to continue to have that audacity, because strongly worded letters won't get us out of this mess. It takes speaking truth to power, no matter what the consequences are. I got a lot more to say. I'm going to get on the road tonight, be back in Houston tomorrow. Let's get to work.
He has a very positive attitude. I will say that. That's bogus. You can't just throw some. I mean, now if he was being disruptive, etc., I don't know. We didn't see.
I saw the video, so it was basically like, I don't like, in the video they never said like he needs to leave, or you've been talking longer than your time was, da 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 da. It was said in the video from what I saw. It was just like he kept talking and talking and talking, calling them out and how they was wrong and how they've been abusing it and all this other kind of thing. And then next thing you know, you see these police officers walk up and they just grab him and they pull him away from the podium, and he just still keep talking. He's trying to get his message out there, still talking. And then you see him get tackled to the ground. Well, it's like he trips. And then it was like he kind of catches himself, and then you see the police sock him to the ground like he falls to the ground. The police fall on top of him. And then I haven't seen the second video, but oh God, it's Shrek. I haven't seen the second video, but yeah, that's basically how it went. Just some bullshit. So Democrats trick Republicans. Democrats trick Republicans into releasing the Epstein files. There was oversight committee in session, and some of the Republicans went on break, and the other Republicans stayed behind. And all the Democrats stayed behind. They looked to see which Republicans was there and which ones would vote with them, because some of the Republicans wasn't there, and they would basically know that it was some Republicans who did want these files released. So there were 3 Republicans who voted, 3 Republicans and 5 Democrats who voted to subpoena the Epstein's files. So within the next few days, there will be a subpoena to the DOJ to get the full unredacted. There we go. Unredacted Epstein files. And this was via a ranking. So this story was actually confirmed by a ranking Democratic member of the Oversight Committee, which is Robert Garcia. So we're going to get those Epstein files very soon. And then we have to nerve this man before we discuss. I got to play this.
No, I was never briefed. No.
The Wall Street Journal is reporting that in May, Attorney General Pam Bondi and her deputy informed the president at a meeting in the White House that his name was in the Epstein files.
At 30 days.
Yeah, Shrek, who got 30 days? So the reporter asked him about his name in the Epstein files. He said he didn't know anything about his name, or his name wasn't in the Epstein files. And then here we go. Now, where the Wall Street Journal trying to report that Trump's name was exactly in the Epstein files.
And this is what he trying to sue them to keep them quiet.
Basically, he can't sue he can't sue the he was trying to sue to keep them quiet, keep the story from coming out. Like, Democrats found a way. Like I said on the last video, they had a meeting where they put up the vote to release the Epstein files. All Republicans had voted no to release the files, and then now they figured out this way to get the files released. So We're going to find out in a matter of time whether his name was in the files or not, and we're going to know. Well, I'm pretty sure somebody going to know what those files were tampered with to try to keep Trump's name out of the files, because I'm pretty sure will his name be anywhere in the files, it could put him up for criminal liability, which can involve pretty much can set him up for impeachment. I do have a video of someone making fun of Trump. It's not the South Park video, because I'm not allowed to show that because they drew a very small PP of Trump, so I can't put that in here. But I'm playing video.
I want a 2 billion% tariff on South Park.
It's a cartoon, sir.
An irrelevant one.
It's actually very popular.
Well, I've never seen it on my Saturday morning cartoons.
Great point.
And I don't have a little pee-pee.
Yeah, I'm sure it looks huge in those little hands.
The pee-pee people, some of the best pee-pee people really, say that my pee-pee is bigger than every other pee-pee, and it is the most powerful pee-pee, the biggest presidential pee-pee ever.
You know there was a black president, right?
Can we just put South Park on the Epstein list?
Again, it's a cartoon.
Well, can we cancel it, like the CBS guy that makes fun of me after my bedtime?
Probably not. The creators of the show just signed a $1 billion deal.
Sir, did you drop this?
What's that?
Looks like a wrapper for a MAGA XXL condom.
Oh.
Melania says it's normal size.
Ugh. You know, I miss when the craziest story was a tan suit.
The tan suit was cold, though.
You said what?
The tan suit was cold.
It was. And speaking of the whole South Park thing, like I said, they was saying that it was very disrespectful for them to have Satan in the bed with Trump. They said it was disrespectful to Satan to have Trump in the bed with him. I was talking to Tina before we went on air. It's like South Park been doing this for years. Like they did R. Kelly in the closet. They did Michael Jackson. They did Jennifer Lopez. They did so many other like famous people over the years. And for him to get mad about this is crazy. And this is gonna bring me to him weaponizing the FCC in his favor, by the way. So Trump is using the FCC to go after hosts who talk bad about him or don't believe in his views. We have already seen it with Stephen Colbert in the Truth Social post. His plans is now to go after Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon after basically the late night host told him to go fuck himself. The View is not safe either. And this is coming from the FCC chairman, Brendan Carr, who was also a member who wrote he was the author of the chapter of the Project 2025 on the FCC. When he was asked on Fox News whether or not about what's the show I was talking about, The View being in the crosshairs, the Trump administration said, and in quote, well, this is what he said in quote, "It's entirely possible there is issues over there. The consequences aren't quite finished." So he's basically, like I said, weaponizing our FCC to go after these talk show hosts and people who are basically calling him out on his bullshit. And I don't think it's right. This shouldn't be legal. He shouldn't be able to do this in any way, shape, or form to weaponize the FCC. He already what's the Paramount people? He already cheated them into giving him free ad space for a campaign and all this other kind of stuff that was also part of the deal. So not only did he get the $16 million or $18 million, he got another like $30 million in like ads that they have to show on their network when he wants to put ads and stuff out there. And I'm just want to know, and it's only going to be a matter of time with Trump trying to make it law that every American got to have a picture of him in their house, like how Kim Jong-un forces his people to have a picture of him in his house. And if they go in your house, you ain't got no picture, I think you automatically go to jail or you get sentenced to death, one of the two. So yeah. Jesus, just take the wheel with him. Like I said, everybody passing away. So yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna turn it over to. Did I put this in here? Oh no, this is Tina's story. Yeah, I'm off the hook.
What? Okay, so let's get into some more Epstein shenanigans. So I tried to look up the pronunciation of her first name. So it says something along the lines of Ghislaine,
Jocelyn. That's what I'm going with here.
Ghislaine Maxwell. She's French. Okay. So she was convicted when the whole Epstein thing kind of blew up and was in court for sex trafficking, I believe, right? And I believe she was sentenced to 30 years. So it looks like she struck an immunity deal, a limited immunity deal with the Department of Justice. So they sent Attorney General Todd Blanche in there to interview Maxwell, and it was a couple of separate meetings that lasted over 9 hours, so it was the course of 2 days. Maxwell attorney David Marcus stated that Maxwell was questioned about maybe 100 people, and she didn't hold anything back. Blanche, that's the attorney general, states information gathered from the meeting will be revealed at, quote, an appropriate time. Like, what does that really mean? So do y'all think do you think they ever released that information?
Nope.
So now
they didn't release the Epstein files. They ain't got no intentions on it. They ain't going to. They trying to hide and cover up that orange burnt Cheeto that's sitting in their office right now, leaving Cheeto marks all over the damn country. That's what it's all about.
So this is her being interviewed was supposedly or allegedly directly related to the outcry with people wanting the Epstein files to be released. So I don't know what they are looking to find, like, by interviewing her, and I'm kind of curious as to what they were asking her about, right? So we'll wait and see what happens. So moving on, we're going to talk about William McNeil Jr. So there's a viral video circulating the internet about a traffic stop that happened on February 19th of this year, which ended in the arrest of 22-year-old William McNeil Jr. So all of this occurred in Jacksonville, Florida. And in the video, you can see McNeil sitting in a driver's seat. You could see an officer to his left on the driver's side, and it sounded like it was an officer to the right. Now, the videotape I'm talking about was recorded on McNeil's phone. Okay. So he was asking the officer, why was he stopped? And the officer was basically telling him because he didn't have his headlights on. And McNeil was confused because he felt like the time of day and the weather did not require for his headlights to be on. And so if everybody doesn't know, you're supposed to turn on your headlights between dusk and dawn. And in inclement weather, you're supposed to have them on, but it was daytime. I believe it's like 4 in the afternoon. And from the body cam footage, because you couldn't really tell from his camera, but from the body cam footage, you could tell it was sunny outside, right?
And those of you who have newer vehicles, if you have your lights set to auto, when you turn on your windshield wipers, your lights automatically come on, like your headlights and your brake lights and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. So in the video, he asked why he got stopped, and this is what he was told. And he wasn't feeling that answer, like he didn't do anything wrong. They were asking him to step out the car. He felt like they didn't have probable cause, so he asked for them to call their supervisor to the scene. So when he did that, you could hear somebody on the passenger side say, "Go ahead, do it." And then the officer that was on the driver's side hit the window a few times until it shattered, and then punched him in the left side of his face.
The officer that broke the window was the one who initiated the original traffic stop.
Okay, so then you can see them open the door, and then drag him out, and then it looked like it was maybe about 3 police officers that wrestled him to the ground. So now McNeil stated the incident caused this tooth to go through his lip, so he had to get stitched up in his lip. and he also had a gun country. He was ultimately charged with possession of drug paraphernalia, and resisting an officer without violence. He pleaded guilty and was found guilty of just resisting a police officer without violence and driving on a suspended driver's license. Now, the Jacksonville Police Department said they launched an investigation. Now, Officer Bowers was the one that broke the window. They said, quote, he's been stripped of his law enforcement authority, whatever that means. I don't even know what that means. Like, is he on desk duty? Like, what do you mean stripped of?
Desk duty. He's basically on a, he's not gonna be able to go out and like patrol until this investigation is cleared up to determine whether he'll get fired or not. So basically, he'll be stuck working in one of the stations until that happens, or he sit at home and collect the paycheck.
Okay. So McNeil is being represented by civil rights attorney Ben Crump, and we have the video, so let's check that out.
All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands. Here. I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No.
When he pulled me over, he walked up, opened my door because my window don't work, right? Okay. And then I said, so what I did wrong? Yeah. He said, well, for one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, okay. There's multiple people headlights off, first of all. And then there's no rain.
It doesn't matter. You're still required to have headlights on.
Can you pull that law up?
Huh?
Can you pull that law up?
Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will.
Can you call your supervisor?
Huh?
Can you call your supervisor?
All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle. Show me your hands. Here. I'm here. What is your reason, sir? Step out. What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No, don't. Stop fighting. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Yeah, that's. Oh.
Yes, we have breaking news. This literally just came to my email. President Donald Trump issued a statement this evening accusing Vice President Kamala Harris and a group of high-profile public figures, including Beyonce Knowles Carter, Oprah Winfrey, and Reverend Al Sharpton, of accepting unlawful payments in exchange for endorsing Harris during the 2024 presidential campaign. In a post shared on a social media account, Trump alleged the Democratic Party paid millions of dollars to these individuals for their public support, claiming such payments violate federal election law. And this is what Trump had to say. I'm looking at a large amount of money owed by the Democrats after the presidential election, Trump wrote. And then the fact that they admit to paying probably illegally $11 million to singer Beyonce for an endorsement that he put endorsement in all capital letters, by the way. She never sang not one note and left the stage to a booing and angry audience. $3 million for expenses to Oprah, $600,000 to a very low-rated TV anchor, Al Sharpton. You are not. He wrote this in all capital letters. You are not allowed to pay for an endorsement. It is totally illegal to do so.
So you interrupted what I was talking about to talk about that?
Yeah, it was breaking news.
Was it really?
Yes.
Okay. So
trying to go after Beyonce. I wonder how this Beehive is going to react to this.
You've been talking about this for the longest, so. He's been saying he was going to do it for the longest, so here it is now.
Yeah, he finally made it public. He's basically saying he wants the Department of Justice now to go after Kamala Harris, Beyonce, Oprah, all these other people.
So now, how do we feel about this young man getting punched in the face?
Oh, I'm angry. I'm upset when I saw that because I'm like, first of all, that was unnecessary. He didn't show any signs of violence. Y'all shouldn't. I don't understand why y'all yanked him like out the car like that. And to be honest, when he asked for a supervisor, that's when y'all should have stepped back, let the situation cool down, and got the supervisor on scene because all that could have been prevented. And then on top of that, when y'all got him out the car, and the officer started punching him in the face multiple times to get him to go down to the ground or wherever they can arrest him. Like, did y'all really got to put him on the ground? Like to put him on the ground to arrest him? You could just put him up against the stomach against the car, had him put his hands behind his back and arrested him. Or y'all could have had him stood there and just he had his hands behind his back. All you have to do was just handcuff him. But instead, y'all chose to take multiple shots to his face like that. And like that's crazy. And the fact that somebody suffered a concussion on a traffic stop like that, like, come on, those wasn't those soft blows. Like you swung to hurt. You swung to really injure that man. That officer needs to be fired.
I just want to know how they didn't realize it was being recorded. I mean, they got like their
body
cams too, but I feel like they just didn't care. And it was normal for them.
Trump is in office. They feel like they can get away with whatever they want to get away with because we got this orange man backing them up along with all these ICE agents who I keep saying, like, at the end of Trump's presidency, we get a new president. They better hope we don't get a Democratic president because every one of these ICE agents who are detaining and putting these people in cells and deporting these people without due process that they know is illegal will all go to jail and face criminal time for it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, switching gears, I just wanted to give an update on the case that I had reported on last episode. It was about 7-year-old Jamal White here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He had been abducted and kidnapped in broad daylight while riding his bike. He was subsequently found, and they had made one initial arrest. It was a Corey Williams that was arrested. He was found in the same home they found the child in, but all of his charges were party to a crime charge, right? And he basically told them like everything, I'm assuming, right? So apparently they were trying to basically catch the child's mother, but couldn't get a hold of her. So went over to the father's house, saw the son outside. One of them decided to jump out. Well, two of them actually got out, but one decided to grab the child, and they pulled off, right? So then they ended up trying to make contact, and the ransom was supposed to be $100,000 in jewelry. Instead, an Amber Alert was issued, and the child was found. So they have made an additional arrest with this and in connection to this kidnapping. So 38-year-old Fabian Johnson has been charged with kidnapping, seize, or confine without consent and party to a crime. So his bail has been set at $200,000. Now the first person, Corey Williams, his bail is set at $100,000. So we'll keep you updated with any developments in that story.
I'm just not kidnapping no kids. I don't care. Yeah. First of all, who the fuck want to even have a kid that ain't there? I'm just who does that? Like, hell.
It was just really stupid. It was just a bunch of stupid camp criminals, and it was just really dumb. It wasn't thought out, and none of it. They got caught very quickly, and it's bad for the little boy because now he's traumatized, because of that.
Definition. You look up dumb in the damn dictionary, you don't see this.
But we are glad that 7-year-old Jamal White was found unharmed. So I got a kind of a weird story here. So the Department of Health and Human Services, which is a federal department, right, put out a story about reforming the organ transplant system. I said, why the reforming the transplant system? So apparently there was an investigation into the organ transplant system in the United States, and it revealed cases of organ procurements. Basically, when they get organs from donors. That's what that means, right? While patients were actually still alive. I was like, what? What do you mean it was still alive? So I'm like, oh, okay, me and my little brain, I go down a rabbit hole. So I was like, what does organ procurement look like, right? So these are the steps that they generally follow. So most of the donors do come from a hospital, and particularly patients that had either like severe brain injuries or suffered a cardiac arrest. Then it's a multi-specialty team that evaluates the donor for suitability, right? Because there's multiple things that can take tissue they can take for donation. Then the death is confirmed by independent physicians by performing tests such as brainstem testing. Then the consent for donation is validated, and then the donor is taken into an operating room for organ removal. Right? Because my question was, how did it has to be a set of procedures, right? That everybody got to follow, paperwork, et cetera, et cetera. How is it that people were still being technically alive when they started removing organs, right? Mm-hmm. So HHS reviewed 351 cases in which donation was organized but not completed. So one of the federally funded organ procurement organizations, which serves Kentucky, Ohio, and West Virginia, was connected to these cases. Of the 351 cases, 103 red flags, including 73 patients that had neurological signs of incompatibility to organ donation, right? So they weren't brain dead. Also, roughly 28 patients may not have been deceased when they started trying to take organs out. So the investigation found, quote, poor neurological assessments, lack of coordination with medical teams, questionable consent practices, and misclassification of causes of death, particularly in overdose cases. So what are they going to do about it, right? Mm-hmm. So HHS is mandating that organ procurement organizations improve safeguards and monitoring on a national level. About 70 related damages as requested by families, hospital staff, or reported to regulators. So basically, anybody can stop somebody before they start taking the organs out. If something they have a reason to, right? It can be anybody from the housekeeper to the nurse, et cetera, right? Now, do you think this is going to be enough, though?
I don't think it's going to be enough. So, this is why I tell people who want to be organ donors to have somebody in your family, do that as your last wish, but do not put that on your driver's license. Because put that on your driver's license, they're going to do anything. Like I said, they'll probably say he's not going to make it, or they're going to say this person is dead on the scene, and that you probably have a fighting chance of living, and then now you're deceased and your organs is being harvested for transplant purposes. For people and then I tell people, do not put that on your driver's license. I believe there was a case a few years ago when a man was like incapacitated in a coma, somewhat like in a deep sleep or whatever, and it was like he was able to hear. And there were medical professionals telling him that he was dead, and he wasn't. He was able to hear all these things. And at first, I believe somebody in his family agreed to, have his, organs donated. And then at the last minute, they had stopped and changed their mind. And like, no. And then it turns out the man ended up waking up from this coma state or whatever. And I believe, and like I said, like this, it was crazy. So like, this is why I'm like, if you want to be an organ donor, please just put that, make that. Don't put it. I wouldn't even put it in my power with like your healthcare power attorney and something. Like, do not put that in there. Just let whoever you put in charge as your healthcare power attorney have that conversation with them that's what you want at the end of your life. That if if I'm not going to survive, or if I'm dead or whatever, like if I'm already dead, just donate organs, because if you some situations like I've seen where people were on life support for like 2-3 months, like their body will like I said, they were confirmed brain dead, but they was on support for like 2 or 3 weeks before they actually got everybody lined up who was supposed to receive an organ from that patient, and everything was put together like 2 to 3 weeks. And then within that 2 to 3 weeks, families still do have the time to actually leading up to the actual surgery when they go to do it to say, no, I don't want this. They got time to change their mind. So, like I said, like, yeah, have that talk with your family members about if that's the route that you want to take and be donate your organs. Like I said, do not put it on your ID or anything like that, your driver's license, because there's a good chance that they're going to try to, you're out of here.
So now, do you think people may or families may have the potential to sue?
Yes, I've especially if they're not brain dead, and I believe there's multiple. Like they don't do just one test, like there's no signs of life in there, and they're dead. Like I believe they do multiple tests of this to determine whether a person is brain dead or not, which is like basically it's like a test they do to see if your brain is sending waves still, and like I said, yeah, if the family, if this happens and it turns out that your loved one had the chance to live, or you ended up changing your mind and your loved one ended up waking up, you should have the right to sue.
Yep. Because I'm pretty sure in the paperwork it says they have to pass all these tests to be declared first, and if they're skipping out on these tests or not doing a good job on these tests, then yeah, I feel like people have the right to sue. Absolutely.
And by the way, for family members who's going through that part, I know this part is really difficult to hear because some people don't be in denial. Because sometimes when after we pass away and our brains are no longer sending these signals, and you're considered brain dead and you're on life support though, because they're still keeping your body alive because you're an organ donor. There have been times where people was holding on to that hope because they seen like a finger twitch, or the leg kind of twitches a little, something like that. That's just natural muscles that happens after a person. That just naturally still happens. Like that person is no longer here with you. That's just a natural thing that the body does even though the person is not physically here with us. So, don't use that as a reason to try to hold on to hope. If especially they're like a transplant person, don't try to use that as a reason to hold on to hope. Because one thing I hate seeing, and then I hear about a lot of family members doing this when a person is physically not here anymore, and these hospitals have to go through like the court process, having to remove these people off of life support. And you just would basically letting that body is just suffering. Like there's nothing there. Like just let them go.
It's a lot of transplant news these last couple of weeks, because last week I think I reported on the surgeon at Children's that was found. Like
off my ear,
underage photos and videos of children. Like, yeah, what's going on in the transplant community? What y'all doing? So to round this out, sad story. So today was a sad day in Milwaukee. 52-year-old Antoine Huggins was laid to rest. He was a victim of a drive-by shooting that occurred in downtown Milwaukee about 2 weeks ago in front of a popular nightclub called Element. Both the viewing and service were held at Discovery World. Looked really nice, with an interment at Graceland Cemetery and a private repast for the family. An arrest was made in connection with the shooting, but there haven't been any additional details in that case yet. We will keep you updated, and our condolences to the family during this difficult time. Milwaukee, we got to do better.
Way better. It's that girl. I guess they was having a little thing for Antoine today after the service, and then the food truck caught on fire. To that girl who was dancing and twerking while them people were trying to put out the fire. You ain't shit. You ain't shit. I want you to know that you ain't shit. out there in the way twerking in fucking booty shorts while the motherfuckers was trying to put out the fucking fire. You ain't shit. I just want you ain't shit. And what being said, we're going to head into final thoughts. Hello. My final thought is Donald Trump, go fuck yourself. That's my final thought.
Oh, okay. Well, so my final thought is I'm really, really curious how this whole Epstein file thing is going to unfold, because I feel like the way that they're really, really fighting about not letting it come out, and if they so quote unquote release the files and it ain't nothing in there, I'm gonna feel like something has been tampered with. So I'm really waiting to see what that says. And yeah, that's my final thought.
Yay! Thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Same Cast Different Day podcast. Make sure you check out our social media pages. TikTok is Same Cast Different Day podcast. If you type in your search bar on Instagram, it's going to be SCDD podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Same Cast Different Day podcast. And don't forget to like and subscribe us on all our pages, even on YouTube. You type in Same Cast Different Day podcast and find us. So make sure y'all subscribe to us on YouTube. And thank you all for tuning in into this episode. And we'll see you on the next. Actually, we're gonna be in Green Bay next week, so it's gonna be a rerun next week. Just to let y'all know. So we're gonna see you on the next episode.